Um, what's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born gorilla. And welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK review, the show from October 24th, 2018. And your commentators were Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So, without wasting any time, folks, let's jump right into it. So the show opened up with Ligero, versus I think they refer to him as the Wild Boar. No, that's Mike Hitchman, and he has a um, um, black contacts on. And obviously he wears black mouthpiece, mouth guard basically. And he was wearing this crazy outfit, by the way, making it look like he's a demon basically, and he carries himself like a monster too. But yeah, as far as this match was, um, it had a mix of luchador style because of Ligero, and it had also have a mix of British strong style where it pertains to Mike Henchman. Excuse me. So the match itself was pretty good. Pretty good opening match. And with the in the end, now I thought to myself that they were gonna have Mike Henchman win, but that's not what happened. As a matter of fact, the underdog of this match, the luchador himself, for basically the luchador from New Zealand, Ligero beats Mike by Henchman, and he beat him with a nice tornado DDT, basically like a ring rattling tornado DDT type of way, off the ropes, to be exact, and gets the win. And like I said, the match itself was pretty damn good. I enjoyed this match for what it was, and I'm surprised, I'm shocked that Ligero won instead of Mike Henchman. So either way, I was still pleased and pleasant to watch this match. Um, Next we get to the call. Excuse me, I don't know, I screwed up there. Next we get to Dakota Kai versus Killer Kelly. This match is a bit obviously a woman's bout. This match itself was pretty damn good too. You got the killer instinct in Killer Kelly going up against the lovable Dakota Kai, who sometimes if you cross her, she's gonna whip your ass. Obviously, she's just gonna kick your head off. What pertains to being a soccer player. But Killer Kelly was killing Dakota Kai in this match. A lot of crazy ass moves in the match with some sorts of submission holds. But you also have Dakota Kai, going for some with some forearms and punch kick combos. And then Killer Kelly starts coming back with that, but in a vicious way. Because Killer Kelly, she carries herself like a legit badass too. And then in the end, Dakota Kai, she's starting getting because from steam. Go for her unique kicks basically, and excuse me. And then in the end, she goes for her modified code breaker, which also turns into the inverted backstabber that she's done before at NXT. But the way this was done, looked like it wasn't delivered that well, because it looked like it was gonna be a disaster. It was gonna be a botch, but it could have, it almost was turned to it, but in a way it ends up being pretty decent. So yeah, in the end, Dakota Kai wins the match. After the match, she was interviewed by some guy, I don't know who he was, but she was interviewed about she was happy to wrestle in front of the UK fans. She said she's wrestled all over the world, or where it pertains to Japan, to the United States, and all that, and Canada, Australia, and she says, but nothing beats competing in front of the UK. And then she talks about how she wants in on the NXT UK Women's Championship. And she said it doesn't matter if it's NXT or NXT UK, whenever there's a women's championship going on, she wants in, she wants the opportunity, and she's gonna capitalize on it. And there you go. That's promo after the match that she won. So nice promo. Speaking of promos, we get to Blackpool #1's Zach Gibson, and boy, when he came out there, he got nuclear heat from these fans. Obviously, if you remember that I talked about Zach Gibson before, for the 2018 tournament for the United Kingdom Championship, I mentioned Zach Gibson, where he is hated by these fans in the UK, where to a point where they start giving him monstrous boos. And let's get to this actually. So he talks about how he's Liverpool's number one, and he wants to make it clear that he could have beaten Dunn if he hadn't competed 3 times, basically saving face and making excuses why he didn't win. That at the win the tournament to face the champion Pete Dunne to become the UK champion. So Gibson said, he had no time to prepare, had no time to rest, and basically, and the following night, after the tournament, we had to face Pete Dunne for the title. That's when he's explaining more and all that. And while he's explaining all this, also you got these crowds booing him very loudly, and then Zach Gibson wants the producers, whatever, or from the production truck, whoever, to raise his microphone up louder. But it didn't sound like it was right there, raised up though. But the booze kept getting more louder and louder. These fans did not want to hear him talk anymore. And they kept saying Gibson sucks. And all of a sudden they did the chant that they did months ago from the UK tournament. That UK tournament special, where they're chanting, "If you hate Gibson, stand up," and they all start clapping, and they also they all go stand up. Shares what happened from the second night of the UK special, from that where Zach Gibson got his title shot. And then same thing will happen from that UK special from night 2, with the whole if you hate Gibson, shoes off. Not everyone did it, but there was people that I just spotted a lot. There was a lot of people that I just spotted that took the shoes off. If you hit Gibson's shoes off, he's getting nuclear heat, folks. Like he's getting shit on by these fans. And basically says that to Norman Dar, who's an embarrassment that he lost to the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. And all of a sudden Norman Dar comes out to confront him. All of a sudden he was going to fight Norman Dar and Zach Gibson. All of a sudden we get general manager of the NXT UK, Johnny Saint. He orders the two to come to his office. Because he's not gonna tolerate any fights that has not been scheduled, unless he makes the match, basically. That's what you call keeping control of the show as a general manager. Next we get to Aston Smith. He does that by the way, where he gets some good offense, and then we do some some leaping moves and over. He goes whoop. But he goes up against we get Aston Smith versus Tucker. As yourself, it was decent. And the crowds, every time when Tucker hits Aston Smith, they go whoop. Even with Aston Smith, because Aston Smith actually started that, by the way, in during the match where he's doing some moves to moves to be slick and all that, or to show off his athletic skills. He goes whoop whoop, whoop, you know, and then they got the crowds. You know, every time you know, these two hit moves on each other, they go whoop, whoop, whoop. But in the end, you got excuse me. And yeah, you got Ashton Smith going over with the athletic redneck. I can't remember what it was called. Actually, it wasn't called that. It was that no, actually it was a ripcord a ripcord DDT. And the way it was done, it was done pretty decent. And yeah, Aston Smith, who is the athletic redneck by the way, because he's I guess he's got that descent of being a redneck, but at the same time he's also from I think he's from Wales. Where teams being in the European. But yeah, Aston Smith gets the win. And next we get to the main event: Tyler Bate versus Wolfgang. These two guys going at it in the match. Wolfgang was selling the fact that he was basically was carrying himself like he's a heel in this match. So the early advantage was going to Wolfgang with his strength and his size, and also in Tyler Bate wants to test his strength against Wolfgang. Wolfgang was like, "Are you serious? Like he's you're joking, right? Look at me and look at you, you know that, right?" So they did a test of strength. Obviously, Wolfgang was getting the better of it, but then Tyler Bate got the was getting the offense of it, just for Wolfgang to give him a cheap shot after that. By surprise, at the end, Tyler Bate fires back with a surprise amazing drop kick by Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate at one point trying to go for the airplane spin, but wasn't able to do it. It was he would because Wolfgang, I think he may have got out of it, or Tyler Bate couldn't get him up enough, or he didn't have the full strength to do it. But then Wolfgang was getting the better off getting the better offense, so throughout the entire match afterwards. But then Tyler Bate fires back afterwards. So yeah, more back and forth action between the two, and Tyler Bate kept doing these rebound ropes thing to a clothesline and all that, where he's trying to take down Wolfgang. He failed to do that, but on the third one, Wolfgang ends up falling down onto one knee. Tyler Bate at one point went for the standing shooting star press. Excuse me. And before he did that, he did the he did the second attempt of the airplane spin, and this thing got it. I think he got about 8 spins out of it. Wolfgang with a devastating first he tosses Tyler Bate a nice German suplex the way it was done. Basically an inside out German suplex, and then a massive spear that like, wow. Don't have Roman Reigns get caught with that spear by Wolfgang, But man, Tyler Bate kicks out anyways. And then in the end, back and forth again. Wolfgang goes for his the howling, which is the swanton. But then like I said, Tyler Bate got away, and then also he goes for a wicked Tyler Driver 97 and gets a 3 count to win. So your winner of this main event, Tyler Bate. This is Tyler Bate, by the way. Yeah, and that's why I did the wave, by the way, folks. The wave. That's Tyler Bate. And this is also Tyler Bate too, by the way. And I don't have the mustache video. He's tag team with Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain, doing this. And then waving. He does it actually. No, I'll try to remember how he does it. I think it's like this or like this. Anyways, but yeah, there you go. That was NXT UK. Total Amount Wrestling for NXT UK, 4 matches. And my overall strength for the show from October 24, 2018 for NXT UK promotions of the WWE. My overall show rating, I'm gonna go 8.5 out. Well, actually, I'll go 8 out of 10. Another, this is the second episode of NXT UK, and I thought it was a good show again. And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. And with that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born thriller. If you haven't seen if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do so right now. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. The choice is yours and yours alone. And with that being said, folks, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. You all take care. Peace on the streets, and I'm out.